welcome back to my channel. It's Erica here. So today I have something new for you. I think I've said in my past videos that I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture. And what Chalk Couture is a new, fun, innovative way of creating home decor, DIY style. And what we use are silkscreen transfers with chalk paste or chalk ink to create beautiful designs that you can put up in your home, throughout your home, give as gifts, or sell. Um, and the fun thing about this is that the chalk is a water-based chalk, and so it washes right off, and you can reuse surfaces to change it up throughout the different seasons. So what I have today is a white framed chalkboard that I bought at Michael's. With this, dreams don't work unless you do. Um, Silkscreen transfer. So one of the first things we do is what we call fuzzing. And what that is, we take the backing off of the transfer and we put that on a towel or a surface that will kind of pick up some lint, some cloth to lessen the stickiness that the adhesive has on the back. And that allows us to go ahead and put it down on our surface so that we can use the transfer without it making it difficult to lift up or leaving some adhesive behind on the surface. So it's important um, to fuzz several times. So we're going to put the transfer down and lift it up, remove it, and we're going to do that same motion 3 to 4 times to make sure that it's fuzzed well and we don't damage the transfer or our surface. This Chalk Couture is so wonderful. I watched it for such a long time before I decided to move forward and become an independent designer with them. And it really is absolutely amazing. I've done so many different pieces of work that I have up in my house. I've had sip and chalk parties with my friends, and they've created things and have them up. This is a business that is pretty fun, of course, and amazing, especially if you love DIY or you have a group of friends that love it. You can really create fun home decor for every season at a pretty good price point. So I feel like I've probably fuzzed it well enough. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it from my fuzzing cloth, and I'm going to place it on my surface, and I'm going to try to line it up so it's pretty center. Of course, it's everyone's preference. And for today, I decided to go with red, white, and blue chalk. With Memorial Day coming right around the corner, I felt like these colors would be fun. And the red will kind of give some dimension. The blue will make the big words stand out. And then the white will give it a little bit of a contrast. So I thought these colors would look well. And as I mentioned, with Memorial Day coming around the corner, those are the colors I decided to go with. Now, I do like to really make sure there's no air bubbles and that the transfer is stuck down to the surface pretty well so that the paste will really glide on nice and easy, and we don't have to really be too concerned with any areas missing paste from the transfer not being stuck properly to the surface. So now you just take a little bit of paste and you go over the area on your transfer where you'd like that color to be. Now I decided to make all of the large words in blue, so that's what you see me doing here. Now what I did here, as you can see, is I'm finishing up um, putting the chalk on dreams, and I go over to make sure I pull off any excess, and that excess you can pull right back into your jar so you're not wasting. Really, a little bit of the chalk goes a long way. You don't really need too much, and I like to go kind of in all directions, so left to right, right to left, up and down, and that ensures that I've gotten every area and I don't have any missing pieces. So what I decided to do was I decided to go ahead and pull up, as you can see here. Now you should always pull up from the center so as to not stretch your transfer, and we call this the peel and reveal. So I'm really just pulling up because I didn't want the area that I've already chalked to dry. Sometimes if it dries, when you do go ahead and pull up your transfer, you're pulling up some of the paste because it's dried on. So then you'll have, you can end up with some patchiness, and I didn't want to do that. After thinking about it, I probably should have gone through and done the white first, then done the dreams and the don't in red, and then lifted up that whole section. But it's not what I went with, and it works anyway. So that's the fun thing about this. There is no right or wrong way to do this. My children do it. My mom did it, and everyone had fun. You know, my kids are teens or early 20s, and they had a great time. My daughter's in a sorority, and she's like, "Oh, mom, I think my sorority sisters would even enjoy doing this." So really, it's fun for any age group, and anyone can do it. But since I decided to go with my blue first and my large words, I continue to do that. And here I'm just covering up the word work with the blue paste, and the little blue teal thing you see in my hands to spread the paint we call a squeegee, and it has a slanted tip or slanted edge, and that just helps to spread the chalk paste and to really kind of get it all covered, your transfer all covered, and it allows you to pick up any excess chalk so that you can put it back in your jar without being wasteful. So here I'm just making sure that that chalk is covering the entire word, and if you see the K still has some work, so I'm just grabbing a little more of the chalk paste to make sure that it's all covered. Now this is pretty fast, and it all depends if I wanted to kind of make it all blue or make it more of an ombre effect. I probably didn't have to be as specific or as careful, and I could have even gone a little bit faster. But in this case, I really wanted to make sure that my colors didn't mix together, and I wanted a clear delineation between each color. So I'm kind of taking my time to make sure that that blue stays where I want it to. So I'm going to go ahead and lift again, and notice that I'm lifting from the center, as I mentioned earlier, so as to not stretch out my transfer. And there goes the work. So dreams work. And if I wanted, I could have just left it at that, dreams work, added some decoration around it, and not do anything else. But I really did appreciate this quote, so I didn't want to stop there. I wanted to continue on and finish the entire transfer. The wonderful thing about these silkscreen transfers is that they're silkscreen, so it's not your typical stencil. I know some people like to call it a stencil. Oh, you're just using a stencil. Now, stencils don't have that silkscreen, and so it's definitely easier to put too much chalk, or for the chalk to bleed, or for the stencil not to line up properly when it is a stencil. So that is one of the plus sides of using our transfers from Couture, is that it does have that silk screen, so it allows the chalk to kind of stay where you want it, not bleed, and not go all over the place. So again, I'm just picking up the excess paint here and making sure that I have covered every area, adding the excess back to the jar, and I'm going to go ahead and move on. And sorry that this top part is cut off, but I am just adding the white where you see all the flower vines or the leaf vines, and I am just getting that all chalked up and getting the chalk paste right in there and covered. This came out absolutely beautiful. When my family saw it, they were like, "Oh, this is like the best piece." And I swear, every time I create something new, my family says, "Oh, this is the best one you've ever done." So they have that same reaction and pretty much the same comment every time I make something else. My son has several, actually, he has one, two, three, four, I believe, different creations of mine or his. Some he made himself up in his room. My daughter used one of our Aiden frames that we sell through Couture in her room that she created with our transfers, and she actually took several pieces from several transfers to create her own. And that's what's fun. You can be creative. You can use your imagination. It's art. And it's yours, and you can do whatever you want with it. That is the most fun part about this. Um, You don't have to sell it to purchase. We do have a monthly subscription that you can sign up for, and in the mail, you get everything you need to create a project, to complete a project, which is so much fun. There's no obligation with that, really. Um, if it's something you were interested in, you can, always look into becoming a designer, or you can just simply shop on my site and just pick up the things you want to do yourself and purchase that. And again, there's no obligation with that, but it's absolutely a blast, and you end up with such beautiful products that you can put all over your home. You can the other fun thing about this is that you can create um, projects that fit the color scheme that you're looking for. So there's so many times I go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, IKEA, Pier, like just different places, and I'm looking for decor items, quotes, or pretty much anything to put up. And I find things that I like, and I'm like, oh, that wouldn't match my dining room, or oh, that wouldn't match my living room. Oh, the color is off. If it was only in this color. Um, and so now you can create those things in the color that you want, the color that fits your home, the frame or the surface that fits your home, the design that fits your style. So that is just the one of the most amazing things I feel about this product, that really you end up with a product that you want to hang in your home that was not very expensive to create, didn't take up a lot of your time. And of course, some things are more intricate than others, and they're going to take up a little more time. Some things you're going to use more colors or a different process, or they're just simply larger, and that takes up more time. But overall, it's a no brainer. Anyone can do it. It's quick, simple, and easy. And the final product ends up absolutely gorgeous. And if you mess up and you mix up your colors by accident and it wasn't something you were looking to do, it's water based. Grab a washcloth, grab a paper towel, wet it, and then wipe it down. Dry it, start fresh, start all over. It's quick and easy. There's a certain area where maybe you didn't lift up in time and it started to dry and it lifted up some of the chalk. You can just go back in and put some chalk just in that area, and that's fine. If you got some chalk in an area you didn't want it. You go in again with a wet washcloth, clean that up, and you end up with a product that you want, that you're proud of, that you created yourself. It's just a great feeling. I've made, aside from the paste, I know I mentioned the Couture ink. I've made t-shirts with that, and some of my favorite t-shirts were onesies that had cute little sayings for an infant or a toddler, and they came out absolutely beautiful. And um, I heat set those and put them through the wash and dry, and it lasts. I have a t-shirt that I made. My son dances. I've said this a million times before in my other videos, and he dances in competitions. I make t-shirts to support him in his dance competitions. I wash them. I use them over and over. I have people ask me, where did I get that? Who made that? And it's so much fun to say I made it and you can too. So I am doing the peel and reveal. So I'm lifting up my transfer, and that's my final product. How beautiful is that? So, so nice. Um, Such a lovely, lovely, lovely product. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.